Good evening. Good evening to everyone. What another exciting night here in the city of Fall River. Let me start out by thanking all of our elected officials who are here tonight. Please join me in applauding the school committee and our city council members. I also want to thank our state delegation members who are here tonight. State Representative Alan Sylvia, Representative Paul Schmidt, Representative Carol Fayola, and of course Senator Michael Rodrigues. Thank you for being here. We also have joining us tonight on behalf of Congressman Kennedy, Glenda Izagari, Congressman Keating, as well as from Senator Markey's office, Christina Pacheco. Thank you for joining us. I also want to thank every single one of our city employees, from our city clerks to department heads, our police officers and firefighters, our school teachers and EMS staff, our DCM workers, and our water and sewer workers as well. All of our city and board commissioners and volunteers, give them all a huge round of applause. Thank you. I also want to extend a warm welcome to our invited guests here tonight, including my family, my parents, my grandmother, who so many of you have come to know. Thank you for being my rock. I love you all so much. Thank you. And a special thanks to all our other invited guests, those watching at home, all the citizens of our great city for paying attention to your city government and taking an interest. Thank you so much. It has been just over 2 years since taking office as your mayor, the mayor of the great city of Fall River. As we begin a new term, I want to assure all the citizens of Fall River that the Correia administration remains completely focused on continuing our unprecedented turnaround. You voted for You voted for continued progress and a commitment to fiscal stability and responsibility, and I promise to continue to deliver. At my last State of the City address, I declared that we have overcome challenges and charted a new course, a course that renews Fall River. And tonight, once again, we reaffirm that central promise, and I am thrilled to report to each of our citizens and every business that the state of our city remains strong. Over the span of my first term in office, Fall River has certainly moved forward. Amazon has found success here in the city, and under the leadership of Hill Camara, Joe Vienna, Tom Pereira, Holly Hill Baptista, and the entire staffs of the BCTCM Career Center, Amazon and many other employers employ thousands of people throughout our region. Thank you to the BCTC Career Center. The South End has seen an unprecedented revitalization. South Coast Marketplace has opened, welcoming residents and visitors from out of town to the nearly 25 stores, restaurants, movie theater, and of course Market Basket. I want to thank business partners Ron Golub and Stephen Cohen for making a $100 million investment in our city and transforming the outdated Harbor Mall site to what is now a bustling shopping and entertainment district within our South End. Thank you. South Coast Marketplace, combined with the redevelopment of the plaza across from William Canning Boulevard and the construction of the Tiverton Casino over our border in Rhode Island, will continue to create economic development opportunities for the entire region. And thanks to a $2.2 million MassWorks grant secured by this administration with the help of our state delegation, working with the Baker-Polito administration, soon all three of these major projects in our South End will enjoy a brand new William S. Canning Boulevard, which will include wider lanes, pedestrian access, and safety improvements. Just last week, another milestone was achieved in our South End. The King Philip Mill project, the King Philip Mill saga, which has plagued that neighborhood for over a decade, has finally come to a successful conclusion and will not only deliver an amazing project, but also the recovery of $195,000 to our city coffers. As promised, the mill complex will be revitalized, including a preservation element of of one of the buildings, as well as a demolition component that will, for the first time in generations, open that neighborhood to Cook Pond with green space and water access. As well as the development of 26 new single-family homes, which will continue to promote home ownership as well as new tax growth in one of the most beautiful parts of our city. The King Philip Mill project was complicated, and it took the combined efforts of the neighbors from the South End Neighborhood Association, led by State Representative Alan Sylvia. It took the skill of Matt Thomas and City Administrator Kathy Ann Viveris, and it took the commitment and will of local developer Robert Kafori and his wife Lori Kafori, who are both here tonight. Thank you to all that are making this project possible. And it is not just our South End that is seeing and enjoying a revitalization. The North End and Center City have and will continue to see growth through public and private investment as well. We are working with the new owners of the Capitol Theater, and we will unveil plans for the Bank Street Armory, which will become a hub for arts and culture in our downtown. Route 79 South has been completed, and the Redevelopment Authority has commissioned waterfront and downtown urban renewal plans, which will be a catalyst for the reconstruction of Route 79 North and will restore Fall River's downtown to its former glory. Fall River is not a community of one main street. Rather, it is a city with many main street districts. By now, many residents and businesses in the Purchase Street, East Main Street, Bedford Street, South Main Street, and Bank Street neighborhoods have seen much of the underground utility, water and sewer work be completed, making way for the much anticipated streetscapes. These new streets will transform these neighborhoods and make our city more desirable. Streetscapes combined with our Chapter 90 money will ensure that not just main streets get upgraded, but side streets in all parts of our city get upgraded as well. Streets are not complete without safe, handicapped, accessible sidewalks, and over the last 2 years, my administration has committed the most amount of sidewalk money, totaling in excess of $560,000, allowing our city to become more pedestrian friendly. In addition to this much needed street and sidewalk repair, our administration has sent our city council a capital plan ensuring that all buildings and city properties can be properly maintained and upgraded without becoming a burden to our taxpayers. We have and will continue to make a strong commitment to our city's infrastructure. In the last 2 years alone, we have committed $440,000 to park upgrades. We have upgraded neighborhood parks like Griffith Park and will transform Pulaski Park, Shoe Park, Maplewood Park, Kennedy Park, and the Bank Street Tot Lot. All these park improvements would not be made possible without the advocacy of each respective neighborhood association. Presidents and volunteers like Earl Gaudette, Arthur Flores, and Ron Savigny from the Neighborhood Association. Alan Sylvia, State Representative Alan Sylvia, and Sue Mathias from the South End Neighborhood Association. State Councilor Steve Camara and Jim Bartley from the Lower Highlands. Carlos Caesar and Joe Cavallo from the Flint. Natalie Mello from the Bank Street Association, and Helen Rigo from the Niagara. Thank you to all our volunteers. Most importantly, we have a strong partnership with our Community Development Agency. Thank you to Mike Dion and his staff for helping maximize the benefits of our Community Development Block Grant funding. Mike, we can't do so much about it. Although our city has enjoyed many of these improvements, we must not forget that upon taking office in January of 2016, our city had been bruised by poor planning and fiscal instability. Government had swelled and new fees were necessary just to keep city services operational. The city had entered into a number of poorly negotiated contracts, and leaders of this city even stated that the city was on the brink of receivership. our city was left with a mere $500,000 in stabilization funds and a negative outlook by the credit rating agency Moody's. Past administrations rolled the dice on school funding and fiscal policies in which year after year made our city councilors choose between layoffs to police officers and firefighters and teachers, would create new fees and maximum tax increases. Additionally, the city has and continues to be burdened by the federally mandated CSO project. And lastly, but most challenging, was the negative reputation and slump that the citizens and businesses so desperately wanted to shake off. Through hard work, cooperation with our partners in government, and the assembly of one of the best executive teams in the city's history, combined with the resolve of our residents and businesses, my administration began the greatest turnaround of any community within the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Under the leadership of CFO Mary Sahadi and City Administrator Kathy Ann Viveris, working with City Auditor Jen Argo, and the cooperation of every single department head, we continue to implement zero-based budgeting practices. The combination of zero-based budgeting and the privatization of trash collection led to the fulfillment of the campaign promise, the promise to eliminate the $120 trash household fee. The continued focus of this financial team and this administration's commitment to fiscal stability and responsibility will lead to the fulfillment of yet another campaign promise, the promise to eliminate the pay-as-you-throw purple bags. We are just a few months away from revealing our fiscal year 2019 budget, which will continue to deliver our stable progress. These new fiscal policies allowed our city to begin to refund its stabilization account. 2 years ago, our city was left with just $500,000 in stabilization funds, and today I'm proud to tell you that we have over $8 million in stabilization funds. Last year, I set a goal to reach $10 million in stabilization funds by 2021, and I am thrilled to report to you tonight that we will surpass $10 million by the end of this year. This impressive financial turnaround from $500,000 to $10 million will open the door to less tax and fee increases and more stable government in the years to come. This financial stability also allows government to focus on other important financial obligations, such as our OPEB trust fund and our unfunded pension liability. The safety of every member of our community is a top priority of this administration. However, as any firefighter or police officer can tell any politician, actions speak louder than words. I believe our administration and this city council has taken more action to improve the staffing and equipment of all of our public safety departments than any administration in the last decade. We have and will continue to increase the staffing levels of our police department. We will continue to invest in the latest and greatest equipment for our officers, including the continuous upgrade of their vehicles, new radios, mobile camera systems, and much more. We in Fall River are certainly not immune to crime. As a city, we encounter challenges that all urban communities face. However, there's no question that we have one of the best police forces in the entire state, one of the few that is both state and nationally accredited. And under the leadership of Chief Al Dupere, we will continue to increase the number of officers so that we can continue to get drug dealers and criminals off our city streets. Yeah. The fire and EMS departments continue to enjoy an unprecedented amount of support. The department's equipment languished behind many other fire departments from across the state. And today, the Fall River Fire Department and EMS departments are considered two of the top departments in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. all these improvements, the fire department, working with our water department, recently achieved a rating milestone. The Insurance Services Office adjusted the city's rating to Class 1 due to our exemplary fire suppression programs. We are one of only 7 communities in the entire Commonwealth to achieve this highest rating. This rating is used in the calculation of insurance premiums and therefore should result in lower premiums for all of our residents. Excellent work. These incredible improvements have been made possible by the tireless leadership of Chief John Lynch and Fire Union President Jason Burns, working with our administration and our city councilors. Thank you, Chief. All these improvements to our police and fire departments are a foundation for the future, which will ultimately produce a safer city, leading to more economic development opportunities and a better quality of life for all of our city residents. Fall River has seen its economic heydays and its recession lows. However, over the years, as the textile industry began to slow, the Fall River Office of Economic Development helped fill the job gap for many. FROED, while past its prime, has served the city in times of need. Today, we begin a new chapter of economic development, a strengthened redevelopment authority that will transform the biotechnology park, the waterfront, and our downtown, as well as promote our city through a regional approach to economic development. In the next month, we will unveil the details of our new Economic Development Office. Over the last several months, we have been testing the city's capability to provide high-quality economic development results across a variety of areas, including big and small business growth, job creation, small business lending, and housing. And I'm happy to report that we have seen success and that the new Office of Economic Development, through the Redevelopment Authority, is poised to bring about the next generation of economic development in our region. Education, business growth, housing, and a safe city are all contributing factors to our economic development outcomes. We cannot expect better paying jobs in biotech companies if we do not fund our schools above net school spending. We cannot expect continued business investment if we do not add more police officers and firefighters to our city streets. We cannot expect to garner the attention of the State House if we put ourselves down and promote false narratives. We must work together. We must work together and challenge ourselves to be better and to do better. Housing has been a major priority of my administration, whether it's beautiful new single-family homes in the north and south end of our city, or the right to clean, safe, affordable housing at Riverview Towers, or the previously thought to be impossible market-rate housing sweeping across our city on places like Alden Street, Commonwealth Landing, or 64 Durfee Street. This administration has focused on creating housing policies that are fair and diverse. We have rolled back the tsunami of low-income housing and project-based housing that has been coming to our city for decades. While still working to protect those that are already here and in need of affordable housing too. Thanks to our new housing initiative, dubbed the Make It Safe program, we are now addressing blighted properties and cleaning up our neighborhoods, all while preserving due process through our Corporation Counsel, Judge Macy, and our housing coordinator, Faust Fiore. Thank you, guys. Housing is an economic development issue that will continue to take center stage as we continue to transform our city. Even with all these great economic development initiatives, there is still one that trumps all of them. An ever-improving educational system that prioritizes our public schools and provides every student in our system a top-quality education is my highest priority. Students and families in Fall River and gateway cities like Brockton, Lowell, and New Bedford should have access to financial support greater than the currently outdated Chapter 70 formula. It is simply not right that in the most educated state in the country, communities with far greater home values and median incomes have access to more school funding. That is why I will champion an effort to encourage the state to recalculate the disbursement and access to educational money within our Commonwealth. Whether if you voted yes or no on the funding of a New Durfee High School, most agreed that we needed to replace a beloved, aging high school. Through the success of the ballot question, our community has demonstrated to the state our willingness to invest in ourselves. We only ask that we are rewarded in return by our state, and I am happy with the New Durfee High School project moving forward, and I can't wait to see the outcome. We, like other gateway cities, have had our challenges meeting and exceeding net school spending, but it is simply not an excuse to just meet the bare minimum. That is why my administration has erased previous net school spending shortfalls and continues to fund our school system above net school spending, reducing classroom sizes and increasing teacher retention. Teachers need to know that their job is secure and that pink slips will not be issued simply because the city cannot meet its net school spending obligation. Superintendent Dr. Matthew Malone has in just 1 year's time improved the school department's culture and morale in ways that you can feel and see each and every day. Not only is he a champion for teachers and students, but he has rolled up his sleeves and worked with his administration and his team to implement zero-based budgeting principles in his budget, leading to a stronger commitment to meeting the needs of our school system. Thank you, Superintendent. And it's not just the Fall River Public Schools that are thriving, but it's also our parochial schools and our charter schools thriving as well. Atlantis Charter has opened a new state-of-the-art high school, and the Argosy Charter School continues to expand its grade levels. Both charter schools now educate thousands of students in our community. And our parish schools, like St. Michael's School, led by parish priest Father Jay, who joins us here tonight, continue to provide many educational options to parents in our city. Diamond Regional has seen an unprecedented amount of growth. Applications continue to be through the roof, almost quite literally. And under the leadership of Superintendent Tom Alvin and his staff, I know there will be even greater growth, especially as we begin the process, the next process, of exploring the possibility and the reality of building a new diamond to accommodate that growth in the area. We funded and facilitated a relationship with the Resiliency Preparatory Academy and People Incorporated, a partnership that has yielded a community center to train students that may have otherwise failed and instead now have opportunities and a successful job. Lastly, educational partnerships with Bristol Community College and UMass Dartmouth under the leadership of the new President and Chancellor will be essential in providing everyone in our region an opportunity to make it here. In order to continue all this progress, we need a network of relationships in both the public and private sectors through which we can make our needs and voices heard and felt. I have established many of those relationships and will continue to strengthen them at every opportunity. We now have a strong working relationship with both the local legislative and congressional delegations. Perhaps most importantly, I have a positive and productive relationship with Governor Charlie Baker and Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito. I have met with them here in Fall River, in Boston, and throughout the Commonwealth. This has resulted in my appointment to the state's Economic Seaport Council and has yielded our city numerous grants. It is because of this legislative delegation and my administration, working with our governor, that we will deliver a connection by rail to Boston by 2022. This is just the beginning of our comeback story. We will tell our story through our marketing and branding campaign. Fall River truly is the place to be. You and your family can make it here. Ask George Matuk from Matuk at our industrial park. Ask Michael Benavides from Portugalia Marketplace. They will tell you their businesses are booming. Ask Charlie Merrill from Merrill Manufacturing, or Brian LeCompte from Gold Medal Bakery if manufacturing is dead in Fall River, and they will tell you it's never been better. Ask Donald Woods and Leanne Wilbur, owners of the Lizzie Borden House. Ask Joanne Sprague from the Children's Museum. Ask Carl Swaco from Battleship Cove if people are visiting Fall River, and they will tell you a resounding, yes they are. Fall River. Fall River is not on the decline. Its best days are not stuck in the past. Fall River's prime is happening right before your very eyes. Fall River has always been mindful of the sacrifices that our veterans have made. They are very much a part of the very fabric of our community. Soon, I am so proud that a replica of the Vietnam Memorial Wall in Washington, D.C. will be erected at our own Bicentennial Park. Using private donations and all available grants, we can augment our wonderful tribute to all our veterans and make a spectacular addition to the monuments already present there. Continue to make improvements to serve our vets. I want to thank Ray Hay and the so many volunteers who do their part in giving back to our veterans. Gentlemen, some of my proudest moments as mayor have been honoring your sacrifices and the sacrifices of those in our community. I can't thank you enough, and I know everyone in this room feels the same way. Thank you so much. I want everyone to know that we've accomplished so much together, and we will continue this great progress. We have many priorities, ranging from economic development to public safety to fiscal management. And as you've heard tonight, we've totally improved some of these areas and strengthened almost all areas of government to serve our citizens. As we continue to make progress in all of these areas, there is one epidemic, one big challenge that continues to plague our city and our nation. Drug abuse. Drug abuse is a very important issue to our community, a national disease that has crippled and ruined the lives of many. I need everyone's help in tackling the issue of drug abuse. We will work together to address drug abuse, homelessness, and mental health issues by working with the numerous nonprofits, volunteers, and public safety personnel to make strides in combating these community challenges. Already, we have joined the national conversation by suing big pharmaceutical companies for their role in perpetuating the problem. We have arrested drug dealers and organized targeted drug raids and instituted saturated police patrols. We have funded organizations working to combat the opiate epidemic and open government centers' doors to those in need. Organizations like Recover Fall River, STAR, JRI, Stepping Stone, Health First, and so many others need our city's help. Now is the time for more treatment, not less. At my last State of the City address, I told you the story of my family, a family of immigrants who came to make a life here in Fall River. And in just one generation, their son, the son of immigrants, became the mayor of their city. Fall River has so much to give to its people. And another example that I wanted to share with you tonight is the success of our newest member of the Youth of the Year Club. It's a small club. Richard Cabral. Richard is here tonight. Richard is here tonight with one of his mentors, Peter McCarthy from the Boys and Girls Club. big round of applause. Richard is truly an inspiration to all of our city's youth. He exemplifies the very spirit of our great city. A young man who has faced enormous challenges and even tremendous tragedy, but has remained steadfast in his mission to help others and give back to his community. He is a product of our city. He is a senior at Durfee High School, and through Richard's involvement with the Boys and Girls Club and his role as a student leader, he has proven that no matter the obstacles you face, you can make it here. As I stated last year, Fall River has always promised its residents an opportunity, a chance at success and happiness, whether it was the boom of the textile industry, in which Fall River led the Industrial Revolution, to today's modern Fall River, whose generations of people built a city on a hill, always reaching for the sky. When we look to our past, we see smokestacks and steeples that define our cityscape. We look upward and forward, reaching to even new heights and even greater progress. Tonight, we continue to forge new relationships and invest in our city. Tonight, we renew the commitment our parents and grandparents made to us. Tonight and together, we build a stronger Fall River for the next generation. With more hard work, with innovative thinking, by furthering our governmental relationships, by refusing to sell ourselves short and believing in ourselves, we will succeed. If we do not believe in ourselves, no one else will. We all know there's a sense of negativity being promoted by some in our community. I see it, I hear it, and I read it. But make no mistake, I do not accept it. Just look. Just look at all the things we've accomplished together in the past 24 months. We delivered on campaign promises. We implemented zero-based budgeting. We went from $500,000 to $10 million in stabilization funds. We exceeded net school spending and reduced classroom sizes. We have fully upgraded our public safety departments. We eliminated the $120 trash fee, and we will eliminate the pay-as-you-throw program. We rebranded our city and announced to the world that yes, you can make it in Fall River. As a destination, as a place to make a product, or as a place to make your life, you can make it here. There is no doubt that our city has progressed, and I am excited about the future of our amazing, beautiful city. I pledge to continue to devote all of my energies to making Fall River great. But I have not done it alone. In the background of all of these successes have been amazing people. People like my Chief of Staff, Jen Andre, who cares so much. Who cares so much about myself and our city. People like Monica Souza, my special assistant. Who works tirelessly every day. And so many others that are part of this team that care so much about this city, that want to see the city succeed. And we are finally on that path. The path to success. Thank you to each and every one of you. We need your support. We need your help. We need your cooperation. Join me in the coming months and years ahead to move this city not only forward, but upward to greatness, with confidence and purpose. As I stated earlier tonight, our best days are not behind us. They are happening right before our very eyes. So make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. The state of our city is strong. God bless you. God bless Fall River. God bless the Thank you.
That's cheering.
Made by Mr. Hatzler, seconded by Mr. Coogan. All in favor? All opposed? So voted. Motion by the council. Motion to adjourn.